Hey, what's going on, coaches? Skits Fits here. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to my absolute disaster round. All self-inflicted, of course. Today, I want to just unpack, dissect, and just go through what and where went wrong. And it went wrong Thursday night. As you can see, I scored a 2-1-1-1, which is pathetic. Um, it was Thursday night. I changed my trades. I went rogue, and the countdown timer just kept creeping in, and I just left it. Instead of sticking to my thought out planned trades, I went rogue and brought in Sicily. Now, I'll show you a quick little thing that I've worked out. Now, I know it's easy to say in hindsight, like, oh, I was thinking that player was going to. No, I was definitely going these players. It was locked in. These were my trades. Heaney and Marshall for Daniels and De Koning. Now, you want to know who I brought in? You want to know who I brought in? Instead of doing that powerful sidewaysy trade, I shot myself in the foot because I went bloody Sicily on the Thursday night. I got a nice 50. And then because I've stuffed up the money and then I couldn't trade Daniels, it had to be Sicily and De Koning. So because it was so bad that Thursday night, I just thought, well, if I go Marshall now, or if I go Heaney still, what if that doesn't work? But instead, I went early on bloody Philippou, who got me another 53. Now, I've done the quick math here. Take a look over here. Sorry, let me get rid of that. Oh, no, let's get it back. All right. So, not only did I stuff up those trades, because I was just in a like, oh, what have I done? Like, I was just a bit over it. I managed to accidentally, when the optimize had Brayshaw as captain and Cherry as my vice. Now, Brayshaw played on the Friday. Did he play on the Friday? It was round 10. So Brayshaw's played on the Saturday as my pure captain for a 99, and then Cherry comes either later that day or on the Sunday and gets a 150 when it was always going to be just Cherry. I mean, it just kept getting worse and worse. And if I show you the differential in how bad I stuffed up, the Brayshaw to Cherry captain difference was 102 points that I could have banked. The Heaney and Marshall trade was a total of 317 points. Sicily and Philippou, a total of 103. So 214, 102. I have just thrown away 316 points. 316. So there's a 440. It's probably incorrect. It's two. What was it? 3. Who cares? It's done. It's gone. 316. Yeah, almost. And that was just an even week, and you've got the good players. Now that's not the first time this year I have absolutely completely butchered my trades. One was just very unlucky. Now, a few weeks back, before when everyone was going to Petrarca, I used a boost. I was able to get Petrarca, Warner, and someone else, right? And because Philippou, now St Kilda just got it in for me this season, or Ross Lyon. Philippou was named, and then it was going to stuff up a VC. I had a good VC somewhere, and I needed. I had Travaglia I had Travalia here with this bloody circle here. I had Travalia there as my loop option. That's right, and Reed scored a ton. So I needed that ton. So it would have been better off to just, I don't know. But because of that, I had to use my last boost, cancel Warner, put Travalia up here, and bring in. It was another St Kilda player. Boxall or something. And Boxall scored a 38 or something. Boxall got subbed for Travalia, and Travalia pretty much scored a 38 in a quarter, like under a quarter. And it was just, because I posted, everyone's like, yeah, he did not play. That's good. I'm like, no. It's good, I guess, but it's not good. It's not good for me because it just it kept pegging me back a little bit. So I would have, and then Warner's gone on to do great. Warner would have been in here as well. There would have been no Phillip. Why'd I go early on Phillipou? Oh, it's just yeah, it's a good learning season, this one. I really feel like it's going to be like Goldilocks and the Three Bears for me. Last year had an absolute ripper, but I've never been in that position before. Pretty much was just learning the year prior, I was just learning about loops and the VC captains. I never even knew that. Last year I knew that, and I learned on some, I fixed some mistakes that, you learn from your mistakes. And this year I said to myself that, all right, I just want to make good trades and learn from last year. But I was going back, and I think because I'd done so well last year, I think I came into this season just thinking that I had a chip on my shoulder and anything I'll do will be right. And when things don't go well right at the start, you start to panic. And that's what I've learnt this season for sure. And I hope and I know it will translate next year. But we'll go into the trades. I just want to have a look at the trades here. I might zoom in a bit. Yeah, I like it like that. I like it like that. But you'll take note of some of the players that still should be in my side. Some of the players we shouldn't have brought in. And credit to Brad, Supercoach Pro. I'm in his position from last year, and he's in my position from last year. It's actually pretty trippy. I had a look. If you have a look at last year, right? This time last year, round 10, I was ranked 44th. Brad is ranked 43rd. That is crazy. Well, round 11. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, round 11. So by the end of it, that is just wild. So awesome. Wish him all the luck. It's good because he's actually he's learned from his mistakes. He's held on to his primos, and he's in a good position to do some damage and catch up. If we take a look, round 10 last year, this is actually where the wheels started to fall off from me. So I burnt all my trades. I was bringing in expensive primos, and things just weren't working. We started to run out of we ran out of trades around 19, and we were just floating. So I guess after this disaster round, and another thing, things like this happened to me last season, and it really affected your mental health. Because you put so much time and effort into it, and when you're doing well and when things go wrong, it guts you. You think it's all over. And how do I put it? So Sunday night, seen the score, the damage was done. I was feeling, not great. But then on Twitter, I seen a tribute to the Selwood brother, Troy and Adam. I didn't want to get them mixed up, but I seen the tribute for him, and it was just gut wrenching, and it just put things into perspective that like this stuff like this just doesn't even matter. There's people going through way worse, and personally for me, like it was nice to realize, nice to have that feeling of my just wash away, and I was able to just get off this and hang out with my family, and I don't know, it was just yeah, it's a tricky one, but yeah, it's I'll get a little bit stuck here because I don't want to get too deep. It was yeah, I guess maybe I might have to fast forward here because I've lost my train of thought. But that we'll go into here we go. We'll go into my trades now, and look, and we'll see where we could have done a bit better. Round 2, we boosted to get Chera out. That's so bad. So bad. And I think it was because it was out of short and nank or something. And it was raining and I didn't trust Chera in the rain. So dumb. Starting Sanders over what's his name from the Cats? Bailey Smith. Starting that was just really tried to just outthink the room there. That was very dumb. And to bring in Corey Warner at that price was silly. You'd think I'd learn there, but I didn't, because I thought maybe, I'm like, oh, his brother, he's doing all right. Maybe he could be a good points plus a cash boost, but he was average. We brought in Dunkley at 602, and I didn't want to bring anyone over 600 this year because I made that mistake last year. At least it wasn't 630s or 650s. Rankin was a good in, all right? Rankin was a good in. Sanders was a bad pick. Perryman was a bad pick to start with. And I really think because of the late injuries to Bont and Butters, like I had those guys in my side. It was 3 strong in the back. I would have had Whitfield, Sinclair, Zorka, whatever, like someone else. It was always Bont, Butters, Sarong, but I would have had to go. In the end, I went Brayshaw this year, and that's a good. I was very greedy with my money at the start of the season. I couldn't go past Sarong, and that's an eye opener there. That's a lesson as well because Brayshaw's been a brilliant starting pick. Trying to go the 3. Well, now Nank here, Nank straight out. I can't really remember what happened here, but it was another mistake trade. That's right. Oh, it was. I come home, undid my trades, hung out with the kids, put the kids to bed, come back in, and I was still able to get Sinclair. It was Sinclair, Lindsay. I wouldn't have had Freya. It was another beast that I missed out on. But oh no, I would have still kept Nank, and it would have just been Sinclair and Lindsay, I think. But yeah, I unclicked the button. I mean, yeah, I undid my trades. Then by the time I came back, the match had already started, and I had Sardis still on field, and I've still got Sardis to this day, which is it was so annoying. So Fraser shouldn't have ever been there. Sinclair and Lindsay always. O'Sutherland, that was a bad pick, and I feel like I get too attached to the rookies, especially because I go for the Tigers. I was really invested in these players, and I wanted them at the Tigers, so I went with them. When you just got to go your mature age rookies and your Levi's, your primo guys, for next season. Anyways, hopefully, I'll look back at this video as the disaster round. I'll go through it. It's what are we up around 11, so round 12 is the halfway point of the season anyway. So it'll be a good bookmark to go back to and see how we managed to tackle the rest of the season. Did we just give up, just throw it out because we're not gonna do so well? No, we need to just have fun with it and try to stay consistent and see if we can build some good habits for next season, trades wise. Moving on to round 4. So, look at that. We brought, yeah, that's right. So, Fraser, Hewitt was a dumb out. I had other options for Hewitt. And I just traded him. Like, it was a good DPP switch. It was a West Coast, like they do have a lot of Sundays. It was really silly doing that trade when I know I had other options I could have got rid of. But in saying that, this was probably the best correctional trades I could have done, because Marriage, Bison, Smith, that's 3 out of 3 right there. That's definitely 3 out of 3. And here, this is very disappointing. Rosie for Merritt. And I brought in Travalia. There's another example of a rookie that I got too attached to. I brought him in. Look at that high price. Like, what a waste of 70k, 60k, 70k. What a waste. Merritt. So Merritt and Dunks, I told myself last season I wasn't bringing in players over 600, and there's 2 already by round 5. What are you doing? Hall, I can't even remember. I've done it. He'll probably gone soon. Yep, up here. Round 6, we've gotten rid of Henderson and Camperali for Cleary and Long. Long, great pick. Cleary, yeah, I guess that's a good trade looking back. Round 7, we get rid of Warner and Stone. We bring in Carroll and Flynn. Waste of trades there. No need. Absolutely no need to do that. We boosted Oliver, Pryor, and Hall to bring in Hustwaite, Waste, Petrarca, and Brock. This actually was supposed. That's right. This was supposed to be. It would have worked too. I had 200. Oh wait, yeah. So plus 200, I was able to get Petrarca, Chad Warner, and Brock. No, there was no Brock. It was Petrarca, Warner, and someone else. And because of the Travalia, if I never had Travalia in the first place, this never would have affected me by round 8, where I had to cancel Warner, bring in Hustwaite, and Horse helped me with this selection because I was coming home from work. I was just flustered. I was like, oh, what do I do? Travalia's now playing. And if the game had played, Travalia didn't even... The funny thing is, he didn't even play that game. Saints absolutely pantsed. Freo. And I was having a look at it before, and this is a great reflection of my season. I came into this year thinking I was going to be a flag favourite Freo, and I've absolutely St Kilda myself. So many mistakes. Hustwaite hasn't been playing. Brock has been a good cash cow for me. Then here we go. This is a beautiful trade actually. Flynn to Cherry. De Koning and Davidson, far out. De Koning and Davidson for Sicily and Philippou, when I could have went De Koning and Caleb Daniel for Heaney and Marshall. Oh. So if we still had, all right, Heaney, Marshall, Warner still had Rosie, and still had Chera. I mean, last week I was 4,500th. If all of those waves that I missed, unfortunate, some unluck and some my own fault, really. A lot of most of it's all my fault. It has to be. Got to be accountable for it. But let's take a look at the side and see what we have to deal with. So now, who knows? You know, it was all doom and gloom last week with a 50. Maybe Sicily tons up this week. Has he got Brisbane, I think. Brisbane at the G. It's probably going to piss down. He'll probably pop his... anyway, let's... It is what it is. What is done, and let's have some fun. Stick your finger up. Yum. So Sinclair, nice. So we got Sicily. I don't really want to go for the whole team. I can't really be bothered. But we've got Sicily now. Didn't pay too much for him. Roberts, Reed, Bice. Backline is looking shocking. Sheasel can move back there. I've got a loop here with Carroll and Brock. We go on the VC on merit tonight. Shees, Dunks, Dawson, Daniel, Long, Lindsay. What's that? We've got 2 rookies there. We've got 5 rookies there. Gorn, Cherry. I mean, like the midfield's not too bad. Like, it was actually looking good. We had Horne-Francis there. We had McRae there. Petrarca was up here. The midfield and the forwards were looking great. But I'm thinking about I'm going to have to hold Horny and McRae this week. I think that's my only move. I've got 16 trades left. We'll hold them for at least another week or two, and then at least through the buys, maybe we could use them to boost Bont, Butters, Dacos. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, maybe Philippou this week as well goes all right. We're bringing in Bolton. I'll just show you the undone changes. This is pretty good. I reckon this is a good trade. Like, hopefully Bolton can do what we are hoping he can. Bit scary with O'Driscoll and O'Driscoll coming back, but you can't really play with a winning formula at the moment. They've got a bit of X factor in the midfield now, so I don't know why you would play with that. And even if he does go forward, I rate that, because the way I think scoring works is, like, I feel like it's like, you know, when you're playing Tony Hawk and you do an ollie into a manual, and your points are rolling up, and then it goes ×2, and then you ollie up onto a grind, all of a sudden you're ×3, then you do a kickflip off that back into a manual, then you're up ×5. I feel like if you get the points are the points, but if you are in the chain and you keep in it, I reckon it enhances that. And it's probably, everyone probably already knows, and it's probably actually a thing, but I think once you're getting a handball, you're taking a contested mark, you're getting a tackle, then you kick a goal, that's when it really pumps up. Because Dale last night, he was on like 38, and then, I don't know how that works. But anyway, so that's good for Bolton. Kicks a goal, has a rest, comes on, goes in the middle, gets a clearance, takes a hanger. It's an exciting pick. Just looking at this side, what could have been? What coulda, shoulda, woulda been, What was it? It was Rosie should have still been in here. Chera still should have been in here. Warner should have been in here. Heaney should have been in here. Marshall should have been in here. I know I forget one, but whatever, man. It's good to know, just personally myself, that a lot of the trades, my gut feel trades, are correct. I just need to stick to some fundamentals. It seems that I feel like I'm always trying to like come home from work and like, oh, I've done all the work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I screenshot all my trades so I don't forget them. And then it comes around to Thursday night and there's, 15 minutes to go and I'm like, oh, but what if I'm not, what if there's something sitting there that I've gone over, and I try to flip it around, and that's what I done with Sicily. I threw it in there and I was like, low ownership. I don't have any Hawks. Not but Huswaite. I need to fix my back line. The back line was looking all right with Sheasel up there as well, and then it just, especially on a Thursday, it just stuffs everything up. Like, why did I do that? So dumb. But we learn. We burn. We put ourselves out. We learn. And then we pick up the matches again, and we are on fire. It was a bad week, but it was an eye-opening week, and let's see how we can progress from here. Hope your season's going well. Good luck. Let's crack in and let's just really have a good second half of this season, and build some good habits to flow into next year. Because I really think, like I said before, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, last year was way too hot. This year's way too cold. And next year, it's going to be just right. All right. That's enough of me. Catches.